Hello everyone, welcome to the video. This is day 1 of JavaScript 30 challenge. I have already downloaded all the starter files, so everything related to HTML and CSS are in the folder. So this is the folder. I'm going to open it in the VS Code. As you can see, there are some HTML codes written in the file. We have already written some CSS also. These are actually provided by the website. So if I run the HTML with the live server, so basically this is the output of the current codes. So we have some buttons here. If I press my keyboard, nothing will happen. So before starting any code, let's see the final output that we are going to make today. So if I go to the final output, this is the final output for file. So this is the final output. If I press the keys in my keyboard, then the output will be like this. Sound will be played and there will be an animation. So we have to actually replicate this functionality. So let's go to the file. Inside our HTML file, we have some div container and audio tags. In the div container and audio tag, we have a custom attribute called data key that actually specifies some value. So at first, I am going to add an event listener that will register the keyboard press. I'm using here the key press and it will call a function. So this will actually listen to our keyboard press. So in the function I have to give a prototype called event. To check the output, I'm going to print the event. So let's check the event. I'm going to the console. So now if I press anything, an event should be registered. Okay, I am pressing button in my keyboard and events are registering. So if I click to the details of the event, see there is a key code which has value 65. And if we go back to our code, we have a value called 65. So we should use this key code here. We should use this key code to specify our value. So let's do it. At first, I'm going to get the audio element here in a variable. So I'm actually not get element by ID. I should use the query selector. Inside the query selector, I'm going to use this audio tag, which should be specified with data key. So where will I get the data key? Data key is basically this event dot key code. So as you have seen that we have a key code in our event, so I'm actually getting the key code from there. So if I print now the audio, sorry, let's see the output. So when I'm pressing the keyboard, so this is actually saying null. Okay, I should have keep the caps lock on. So yeah, now the audio is here Actually it is getting the audio tag using the data key. So if I take the div container also, query selector, we will write the same thing, just change the div. Okay, I'm also printing it. Let's see the output. Okay, sorry. Okay, when I'm clicking on my keyboard, the audio tag is here, the div container is here. So now I can work with these two. Let's do it. I can now play the audio. So audio.play and see the output. Now if I press any button, there is an audio but nothing is happening in the screen. So let's change the screen. So to change the screen, we have a CSS written, that is CSS class playing, that will transform the div container and it will add a border color box shadow to the div container. So I just have to add the playing class in the div container. Previously it has the key class. So with that I just have to add the playing. Okay, I have added the playing. If I see the output, so this is the playing class. So but I should have done this dynamically when I have pressed anything. So when I have a key press event and I have the button, I will add the class list dot add. So I will add the playing class. Let's see the output. Okay, now when I'm pressing any key, there should be a sound and the button should be changed. Yes, so it is actually working. So there was a sound and the button CSS is changed. So our initial task is done. So let's go back to the code. Up to now we could change the button CSS and play the audio, but there is a problem actually. When after playing the audio, the button CSS is not changing, it became permanent. So we have to add another event listener to change the button CSS. So let's do it. So for this I am actually taking all this div container into an array by indicating the parent div container. So let's do it. I'm using query selector all. So all key classes will be selected. Let's see the output of this. If I inspect and go to the console, I can see there is a node list and all the div container are here, but I want a array. So let's get an array. I will take this as an array. Okay, now it will be an array. So this is now an array. So I will work on the array. I will run a for each loop on that array. I will get a key, and those keys should have an event listener, and the event listener will be transition end, and a function should be called. Inside the function there should be an event. Let's print the event to check. So whenever I will press a key, there will be an transition, and the transition event will be shown in our console. Sorry. Okay, the keyword event, this was the previous event, now the transition event. Okay, we can see that there are 5 transition event. Why there are 5 there are 6 transition event. Why there is 6 transition event? Basically these 4 are from the border color change, and this is the box shadow, and this is the transform. If we go back to the CSS, we can see actually transition will be played on these 3: transform, border color, and box shadow. So we will just indicate the last one. We just need the transform one. If we get the transform one, the other one will be working fine. So let's do it. And dot, we have the transition name as property name. Transform, just console log it, check property name. I'm commenting this, let's check. Sorry. So yeah, this is transform. So go back to the code. I just have okay, now I have to remove the playing one, so the playing class from the button, but I don't have button here. So how to get the button here? So if I look at the event, sorry, I have removed the event. So if we look back to the event, so if we look at the event details, we have target. We have a target basically, so we have to use the target to get the div container. So I'm just removing the class name from the target. Event dot target dot class list dot remove playing. Okay, I'm commenting this event, this property name also. So okay, let's check. Yes, it is working. So let's remove all the console log from here. So I'm just commenting those console log. This one also. So we have a clean code. Let's check it. So if we press, it is now working. But there is another problem. If we click multiple times, it is not working well. So how to modify this? Let's check. We have a problem in our code, that is if we try to play an audio multiple times but press on the keyboard, but it will not work because there is a problem with the audio file. Whenever we click multiple times on an audio file, it does not play from the beginning. So how to solve this? To solve this, we just have to write a single line before playing the audio. Make the audio current time to 0. If we set the current time to 0, then every time before playing it will go back to the current time 0 and play for again and again. So let's check the output now. So now I'm playing it multiple times. Yes, now it is playing multiple times. So here is the code. Do we have any problem? No, we don't have any problem. Let's remove the comments here. Okay, now this is basically key press register function and CSS add function, class add function, and this is basically the class remove function. So here is the final code and the output here. If I try the output, so everything is working fine. So this is it for the first day 1. I will upload everything in my GitHub. You can check the GitHub link from the description. Thank you.